Hi and welcome to this episode. On the last two episodes, you could remember we were able to talk about uh, levels, which is your elevations. We're also able to talk about walls. We were able to talk about doors. We were able to talk about our windows. Okay. On this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to play around with some of these major tools to make your work easier and faster. Now, this is a door, this is a window, this is another door. Let's say we have similar kind of a door in this wall. We have another similar type of window in this wall, for example. All we need to do is we can mirror this. Okay, so to use your mirror tool, we can mirror by picking axis. We can also mirror by draw axis. So if I click on this window now, for example, and I click on mirror draw axis, so all I need to do is to find the center of this and hover my mouse along the direction where I want this to be mirrored. Automatically is going to help me mirror this window in the same position. Interesting, right? Similarly, let's say I want to mirror this window on this wall. I can click on this mirror and I will hover my mouse sorry, didn't get that right. Now you can see I've been able to mirror this window in this wall. It's very interesting. Very interesting. As we progress, I will show you for pick axis. All right, let's just demonstrate that right now. Let me say I have a line. There is this line under annotate that is called detail line. Detail line always can show in your model. It's different from the other type of line that we used initially. I'm going to show you why it's different. Look at this now. So to get a detail line, you have to come to annotate tab and click on detail line. Very important. So all you need to do now is to click and click. Now it's different from this other line you pick on the architecture tab, this model line. If I try to draw this model line, see something now. You will realize that this line at the top of this wall is not showing, but once I go outside the wall, it will show. But at the top of the wall is not showing. So it's easy for me to see a detail line on top of your model. So that is the basic difference between them. But as we progress, you are going to see how useful they can be as you progress. So let's say I delete this door here. I don't want this to be here. And let's say I want to mirror this by clicking on this window. Automatically the modify tools will come up. So these are all modifying tools. All these tools help you to modify your model. So if I click on this mirror by pick axis, so this is my axis, automatically you can see now it will give you an equal distance from here to here, equal distance from here to here. That is how to use your mirror tool. Now I'm going to show you how to use a copy tool. If I click on this, automatically your modify tools will come. We have been able to demonstrate copy to a large extent in the previous episode. but we're also going to demonstrate it here. There is a lot you can do with copy. If I click on copy, I can just select this from any point. So I can copy from this point. So copying there is very strategic. You must understand how to copy correctly, or else you will have a lot of challenges. Now if I click on this now and I want to copy, I will copy from any point. So if I want to copy this and drop this edge to this line at the bottom of this line, you can see I can just pick here as my endpoint and drop it here. You can see how interesting it is. I will undo this, and let's say I want to copy this. I'll click on copy. Let's say I want to copy this and I want it to be, let's say oh no, what I want to do, let me use a detail line to bring out something. So let's say this wall, let's say this is like this, and I want to copy this. So I can copy, you can see I can simply position this to any direction, however I want it to look like. It's easier for me to manipulate or position any of these elements to any direction, however I want it. So by using an endpoint. Okay, so you must have a point where you are copying from. If you copy from any point, when you are trying to copy it to the particular direction or position where you want to drop it, it may not position well. So that is why you must understand how to copy right. Move, like you know, it works just like a copy, only that with move, that means you are moving the entire component to a different position. So for move, you are not keeping the original file. The original object is actually going to move entirely. So that is just the basic difference between the copy tool and then the move tool. Okay, so I have been able to show you how to copy and how to move. I'm going to show you how to trim. I'm going to shift this wall a bit. You can see I've shifted this wall. Let's say I want to use a trim tool. All I need to do is just to click on one wall. If I click on this trim tool now, I can click on this one and click on this one. You can see it has trimmed automatically. Okay, so let's say this wall that is here and this wall that is here, let's say they are a bit separate. These walls are separate. I want to separate them. All I need to do is to use my split element. If I click on split, I can split it from anywhere. So this is where the detail line is very important. You can see this wall is splitted. This wall are now two separate walls. Now if you want to position it in a particular place, or you want to split it at a particular position, that is where you have to use the split, the detail line, which is this detail line. Remember, I told you that this line will not show in your wall. It won't show. It will be hidden. Okay, so that is where the detail line comes in. So that is how to split your wall. We have another split which will give you with this split will give you with gap. So the difference between this split and this split is that this one will give you a gap. So if I click on this one and I click, you can see that the split has been created with a gap. This one, there is no gap between them. So that is basically how it is. Now let's say I delete this one. I can simply just drag this wall and drop it here. All right, let me show you this tool. This tool is for extend. Okay, it helps you to extend. Let's say I have this wall here. I want to extend this wall to this wall. All I need to do is to click on extend. I will click on this wall. This is where I want this wall to extend to. So I will now click on this second wall. You can see the wall has extended. It's very easy. Now let me use some walls to demonstrate something quickly. Let's say I have a wall like this. I have another one like this. I have another wall like this. Probably I have a wall. Let's say this one is like this. Now, even with the fact that I have a wall that is interfering this from this, I can still extend this wall to this wall by using extend tool. So if I come to my modify, I click on this wall, I will just need to click on trim to extend. If I click on extend, I will just click on the wall and I will extend this. You can see it has crossed over this particular wall and extend to this one. What if I want to trim this? I will just click on trim. I will trim and trim. Very interesting. What if I want to extend two separate walls to one particular direction? All I need to do is to click on this trim / extend multiple elements. That is just the difference. So if I click on this one now, I can click on this one and I will just highlight these two and it will extend to this point. Very interesting. Now I've been able to show you how to use the move, the copy, the trim extend, the trim multiple extend, the mirror. All the mirrors, I've been able to show you all of that. Now there is this very important tool which is called the offset tool. I'll show you how to use the align tool. I will show you how to use the I've shown you move tool. Okay, so let's go to how to do our offset. So let's say this wall that I have here, and then I want to offset this wall, have an offset of or let's say this one rather, I want to offset this by maybe 300. I will delete this wall first. So I can just select this wall and click on offset. Once I click on offset, you can see, let me zoom quickly. If I hover my mouse around the bottom of this side, you can see it's showing me like a dotted lines, dashed lines below it. That means if I offset like this, it's going to go down. If I bring my mouse up, if I offset like this, it's going to go up. Now it's always guiding you on where your offset is going. So if I bring my hand this way for this wall, it will offset into my right direction. If I bring my hand this way, it will offset to my left direction. This is basically what you can use offset for. But now, mind you, you can specify the distance to where you want to offset to. If I type 1000, for example, I can just offset this 1000. Now, if I offset, automatically you can see it's keeping a copy. I can offset without a copy. So if I uncheck this, for example, and I type 500, I want to offset this wall to 500, automatically that wall will move. It will not keep the original copy. Very interesting. Okay, so that is that about copy. As we progress, you keep to see how to use some of these tools better to manipulate and achieve any kind of model. As we progress, you are going to keep seeing how we use them. Okay, now another important tool that I will show you is the rotate tool. So if I click on this wall now and I want to rotate this wall, you can see it's a vertical wall. What I want to rotate it to is horizontal wall. All I need to do is to click on it and I will click on rotate. Now I will hover my mouse along where I want to rotate it from. So let's say I want to use here to rotate. Now once I click that, you can see this is like your compass. Okay, so if I leave it at angle 90, at any angle you can take it to make your rotating. Once you understand, just like the way you use your compass, if I click here this direction, I can just move my hand along any angle. Now once I get to 90, I can stop. Now automatically it will rotate. So similarly, I can also rotate this wall by clicking on rotate, and I will just, if I hover my mouse along this angle, and I can just move, you can see it's giving us the degrees. So if I take it to 90, it will rotate. So this is as simple as ABC. This is basically how to use these major tools that are here. Now there is a very important tool that you need to also understand how to use is now let me show you one other interesting trick. If you long press on your left key on your keyboard, you can easily move any object. Just click the object, long press, you can see it will just move along with you. So even without using the move tool, you can move any object easily by just simply holding on that left click, just left click and hold, and then hover your mouse along any direction, it will just follow you. So this time around, I just want to highlight this and hold on, click on delete on my keyboard and it will delete. I'm going to show you how to use these measure tools, okay, and we'll wrap up on this particular episode. Now you can see we have the align, we have the linear, we have angular, we have radial, we have diameter, arc. So these dimensions are very important. I may not show you all of them at this point, but I'm going to show you how to use the major ones that you will encounter in most of your jobs. Now as we progress in our training, you are going to see how I'm going to use most of these other tools. Now if I click on align tool, now I can, let me save. Now if I want to measure this from center to center, so if I want to measure from center to center, all I need to do is to so if I hover my mouse, you can see it's showing me a dotted line. So I can just click. I can just also zoom properly, and once you have that hidden dashed lines, just click on it and you can just simply click outside. Your dimension will come up. I can also dimension out to out. I don't really necessarily have to really zoom closely to see. I can dimension in to in. So for the center to center is when you have to zoom in and look for that dash line, hidden dash line. Once you have that hidden dash line, just hit on it, and now To do a continuous dimension, for example, now if I want to have a continuous dimension, I will click here, without ending, without dropping it. You can see it's just following me. So you can have a continuous dimension like this as well. Very easy to use, as you can see. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And the same way you shifted your doors and your windows, you can also shift your wall. Very interesting. Now you can shift your wall. This wall, now once I click on this wall, automatically you can see these are the dimensions of this wall, right? So I can change this and type 10,000, which is 10 meters. Automatically the wall will shift. You can see the walls have shifted. Similarly, if I change it to 9 meters, the wall will shift. You can see it has shifted. Very easy to use. So Revit is a very interesting software to actually use. Just keep exploring on it. As you keep practicing, you keep understanding how to use them better. We have the angular dimension. In order for you to know the angle between this wall and this wall, you can just simply check. This is angle 90. Okay, so this is angle 90. Okay, so for your arc, where you have an arc, although we do not have an arc in this model, but I will definitely be showing you how to come up with an arc. Or let's try to okay, let me just okay, or let me just leave it for in the next episode. I will be showing you how to achieve an arc when you want to achieve an arc. Mostly you can use your line to also get an arc. Then if I use this line to get an arc, let's say I pick 3 points. So this is one very important tool that you should also know how to make use of, is the arc tool. Okay, so with this arc line that I have created, I can also insert a wall that will follow this line. Okay, so I can just simply use the same arc. Sorry, I'm supposed to use first point, last point, center point, first, end, radius. So this is, so we have different types of arc. So the first, the end, and then radius. This is basically how to achieve that. Okay, so you can do that with so many other, however you can achieve any kind of shape using your Revit. As you can see, all you need to do is just to use your line tools to achieve that particular irregular shape that you want, and then you use your wall line to follow it, and it will go with it. Very easy and very straightforward. On the next episode, I will be continuing, and then we will be starting our model proper from scratch. Now, in the first 3 episodes, I've been able to give you an overview of what you can achieve with Revit. Now, in the next set of episodes, we are going to be doing a live project, and where we'll be demonstrating and be using Revit softwares and tools to achieve our design. So I will see you in the next episode.